not even mean Bowers game for me.
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review, and today I'm very excited to check out Sherlock Express from Blue Orange Games. This is for 2 to 6 players, ages 7+. It'll take you about 10 minutes to play, and in Sherlock Express, you are playing as the world's greatest detective, Sherlock Holmes, trying to figure out which of the bad guy cards around the table are the ones that committed a crime. You're going to do that by flipping over characteristics, so it might say a mustache, so the suspect does not have a mustache, the suspect is not wearing a hat, the suspect is not a koala bear. And once you can figure out the one and only one suspect who committed the crime, you slap them and you get that point if you're correct. Pretty simple, light, easy game, but is it good? Let's open it up and I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what's going to get inside of Sherlock Express. So before we get started, nice little magnetic glass there. But first and foremost, we got a handy dandy rule booklet. It is just what you see right here. Variation on the back you can do, but overall very well done. Should have you up and running in no time at all. Also, I can teach you how to play the game right now. Super duper simple. So in Sherlock Express, what you're trying to do is you're trying to be the first person to collect 5 of these character cards. If you do that, you will win the game. How you're going to collect those cards is by flipping over, taking turns flipping over these cards. So let's just say we're playing a 2-player game. So what would happen is this person would flip it over, which now means that the suspect that we need to slap is not in this room. So this means this is not the bad guy. And if that were enough to rule it down to just one, then you would slap that one. And if you were right, you would get it and you get the point. But since this is probably not going to happen, you just keep going forward. And everybody gets to do it when they want to do it. So now we have the koala. So this one's out, this one's out, this one's out. And then this person might just flip over. Same thing, no new information. Mustache, which means we are close to slapping. I don't think we got it yet. There we go. So now this would be a unique situation. So normally when you get it narrowed down to 1, you slap it and you win the point. Now, if you're wrong, it's not a huge deal. It just means that you're out of that round and everyone else still has the opportunity to slap the correct one, but you do not. Now, what also can happen, which actually just happened right now, is let's take a look at what we got down here, our clues. So the first clue is it can't be in this living room, so we'll just flip that over for now. Couldn't be that one. Next, we got the trees. It can't be in the trees, and that means everybody is in the trees. Now, obviously, you wouldn't flip it over normally, but in helping you show you this example, everything is guilty. So what do you do then? You slap the one in the middle. If you're the first person to slap the one in the middle, then you get that point. Everybody checks, and you go about your merry way. You're going to continue to do that until someone has gotten 5 of these, at which point they will be the winner of Sherlock Express. And that, in a nutshell, is how the game is played. Alright then, Sherlock Express from Blue Orange Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side. Game's not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. First and foremost, I think this is purely family/children's game territory. I don't think you're really going to get much more play out of this. Maybe it's like the lightest of light gateway games, but still, even then, I think it's just way too simple having only 6 characters out. So I think this is going to fall purely into the family/children's category. Continuing on with the cons, the game it is repetitive. You're going to do the same thing over and over and over again, and sometimes those characters will just stay out there for a while and you'll get tired of them. You'll have like a whole bunch of the same one or the whole bunch of all mustaches. So as soon as a mustache comes out, everybody knows exactly what to do. And it is a little bit wonky when you're supposed to play the cards because you're supposed to all have an even stack and just slowly play the cards out. It just, some people take longer than other people. It just makes it feel a little bit weird. Any other cons I got with the game? I would have liked more animals, but moving on to the pros, I really enjoyed Sherlock Express. I think it's a very good children's and family game. The kids in my class really enjoyed this game. Easy to learn, easy to teach, very appealing artwork, like the artwork pops. It looks like it's a cool game. This was also really neat because I taught the kids in my class how to play it, and then I was just like, all right, I'm just going to sit back here and watch you guys play it. They had next to no problems. A couple hiccups here and there with some rules about like, I slapped this one, but why am I out of the round when it ended up being the right one? So he had this example where there was like 2 possible candidates, and he slapped one of them, and we're like, oh, it could be that one or that one. And then the next card made it so the bad guy was the one that he already slapped, and he's like, why can't it be that one? So some minor stuff like that, but nothing too confusing that we weren't able to sort out. So overall, I think it's a really solid recommendation. If you have kids, I'd say between the age of 6. I think 6, if you got a smart 6 to 10, 11. If you want to go any younger than that, you're definitely going to have to pause the brakes. You're going to have to let the kids win stuff. I think that's going to be the case because once it gets to 4 and 5, it's just kind of hard to deduce, who it could be. You could also maybe scaffold up a little bit if you're thinking of potentially getting this for younger kids because maybe they like the artwork or something like that by only having out maybe 3 or 4 suspects. So that way, and then going through which ones get eliminated as you do it. I don't know. That's a lot to think about there. But anywho, that's Sherlock Express, a game that I am going to be keeping in my classroom because it went over really well in my class. Really enjoyable children's family game. If you enjoy what I'm doing, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. If you want to support the channel, click on that little Amazon Associates link down below. And in the comments below, let me know, would you like to be a detective? For me personally, yeah, I've always kind of dreamed about being a detective and having people call me up and solve crimes and being like, not above the law or below the law, but kind of like to the side of the law in some weird way. I always thought that gray area was really fascinating. But let me know in the comments below, would you like to be a detective? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.